Alright, so if you're a regular to my content, you know I love vampire builds, mods, and roleplays. One of the amazing abilities you get with one of my various mods is the ability to completely transform into a cloud of bats that changes your character into a free mode state that allows you to avoid damage and fly anywhere and through anything you desire. Now listen, you might be thinking, geez Gorm, that's the coolest thing I've seen this side of the Mason-Dixon. Well buddy, you're right. So you should probably check out more of my content that's pre-recorded and live. Anyway, while playing my vampire roleplay, I was in the middle of the Saarthal quest, you know, the first one you receive from the College of Winterhold, when you have to meet the class at Saarthal and first help Arniel find the enchanted artifacts that are really just 3 plus 20 health rings. By the way, you can keep these and never turn them in, or give them to a companion and still complete the quest and keep the mediocre yet useful jewelry. So yeah, the fourth item that you're gonna find is the amulet that's on the wall inside of Saarthal, which gives you some magic boost or whatever, but upon finding it, the metal spikes close your exit, and what the game wants you to do is use an ability to crack through the stone after you put on the necklace, so you can proceed through the dungeon. We're not doing that. What we are going to do is use our new Batform ability like a classic Game Shark code, and we're going to wall hack our way into Saarthal and see what happens next. So using our newfound ability, I first noticed our character and Tolfdir both take zero notice when, like a pro gamer, I phase right through the bars and go to speak to him. Next, rather than blast our way through in true Dragonborn nature, we use an ability unknown to man and we phase right through the stone, blocking our path into the dungeon. This also resulted in Tolfdir and our companions being left behind, but in the name of mythical science, we must move forward. The first corridor we reach is actually a familiar one. We've approached the area in which all time freezes and we're supposed to be visited by the Psijic Order, who, telling us, a complete novice in magic, our newfound responsibility to the magical world. After which evil Draugr attack us, revealing a new entrance that leads deeper into the catacombs. Except that doesn't happen, so we're just stuck. Luckily, we're geniuses and face through yet another discovered pathway. Oh, and our companions seem to have aggressively forced their way through every wall we passed through like true alpha bruvs. So our next noticeable change to the environment is there is a particular part of this dungeon that locks you in with Draugr and you're doomed to fight them until releasing the levers to unlock the doors, at which point the trusted mentor Tolfdir follows you in. But this time, I don't know if it was our wall phasing or my companion who actually blocked the doorway from shutting, resulting in the gate remaining open when I fought the Draugr. Now for a while the dungeon resumed its normal pacing, you know, puzzles, Draugr, skeletons, and more, and I thought, wow, what a waste of my time. But then I saw this beautiful Draugr stuck in a repeated run walk after I already ended his suffering, and it pushed me to keep on going. Another thing I noticed by phasing through the walls, it seemed a lot of the traps like shock runes weren't registering in my game and they wouldn't explode from the spells I was casting. Then right before absolutely dogging myself, I heard a familiar voice in the distance. Of course, none other than Tolfdir came running behind me.
There must be something about that amulet. Have you tried putting it on?
However, he still seemed stuck on reminding me to put on the amulet, so there wasn't much to talk about. Finally, we made it to the Orb of Magnus, and I got curious. If Tolfdir was with me, who was watching the entrance? I raced back to the start, phasing through walls to find Arniel frightened, screaming, and threatening the walls around him.
I'll kill you! I swear it!
His delusional paranoia struck a nerve and made me reload my save and rediscover the dungeon the proper way God intended, between a man and a